today is multiplication of decimals. And the first example we'll work through in order to learn how to deal with decimals when multiplying is this one, 21.2 times 3. And you'll proceed exactly how you do multiplication, but keeping an eye on where the decimal point is. 3 times 2 is the first thing. You work from the right to the left. 2 times 3 is 6. Then because there's a decimal place there, you put it at decimal point, you put it there, then you move on to the next one. 3 times 1, that's 3, and 3 times 2, that's 6. This example has no carry forward, nothing, so it's nice and straightforward, and that's the answer right there, 63.6. Okay, let's move on to a slightly more complicated example. Not very complicated, but we will have some carry forward, and that is 55.5 times 8. Okay. Again, exactly how you would have proceeded with the last one. Start from the left. 8 5s are 40. You have a 0. You carry the 4. 8 5s are 40 again. Add the 4. You got 44. 44 gets left down there. Okay. There was a decimal place there, so before we went on to put this 4, we should mark it with a decimal place. And carried forward 4 over to the next one. 8 5s are 40. Again, 4 there. And that's your answer. 444.0. So as soon as you move on to the number after the decimal point, make sure you mark it with a decimal point down here. On to the third one. And the third one is 79.8 times 3. 8 3s are 24. Carry 2. Put the point there. Sorry, put the point there before you move on to the next operation. 3 times 9. 9 3s are 27. 28, 29. And then carry 2. 7 3s are 21. 21 plus the 2 that you've carried forward. 23. And your answer is 239.4. 239.4. Now the fourth example, if we were to go into an example where we are multiplying two numbers that have decimal points. So I see the worksheet. The first worksheet only has numbers. If you're multiplying two numbers, only one of them has a decimal point. But what do you do in the case where there are two decimal points in both of the numbers? So number 4, 93.2 times 1.2. Now at this point, I'll share with you a little secret that applies to multiplying decimals. You can keep track of the decimals, but there's an easier way to do this, and that is firstly to ignore the decimals, and then when you're looking at your answer right at the bottom, then you put in the decimal point then. So if we would do it using that trick, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 9s are 18. We move on to the next number here, the 1. So we need to put a 0 here. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. And 1 times 9 is 9. Okay. Bring the, these two must be added. Bring the sum down here. 6 and 2 are 8. that is equal to 11. You carry 1. You're still left with 11. Okay, so now where exactly to put the, how to determine where to put the decimal point. If you look at the two numbers here which you were multiplying, this one has one number after the decimal point, and this one has one number. So in total, there are two numbers to the right of the decimal point. So you just mark off two numbers here, 1, 2, then put the decimal point there. So the answer is 111.84. So two numbers after the decimal place in the factors. Two numbers after the decimal place in the answer. Okay, if we were to move on to a slightly more complicated example, more than this, it's a little bit more working out, but just to show that the idea remains exactly the same. So I'll start a bit higher. Number 5, 23.8 times 61.23. All right, so we start here. 3 times 8. 8 3s are 24. So we'll put 4 there, carry 2 there. 3 3s are 9, plus 2 is 11. So 1, carry 1. 2 3s are 6. Plus 1, 7. Now go on to the next number. So we need to put a 0 here. 2 8s are 16. 6. Carry 1. 2 3s are 6. Plus 1 is 7. 2 2s are 4. Now on to the next one. We need to add 2 zeros now. Next one. 1 times 8, 8. 1 times 3, 3. 1 times 2, 2. Okay, so we've done this one. Now 3 zeros to the last number. 6. 8s are 48. Carry 4. 6 3s are 18, plus 4 is 22. 6 2s are 12, plus the 2 there, 14. Okay, so now you're going to make sure it's all down the same column. This column is 4, this column is 1, plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 7 plus 8. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 8 is 22. Then you carry the 2 up here. 8 plus 2, 10, plus this 2 in the middle, 17. Carry 1. Here you'll have 5 if you add the 1 to these two 2's, and then you still have this 14 out this side. How many numbers did you have after the decimal place here when you were multiplying? 1, 2, 3. 3. You count the numbers here. 1, 2, 3. Then you put the decimal point. So total numbers when you were multiplying, there were 3 digits that were after the decimal point. In the answer, there will be 3 digits after the decimal point. All right, that was a quick trick. Okay, now for the exercises out of activity 21, where we're multiplying decimals. Number 1, 4.50 times 3. Fairly simple. 3 zeros is 0. 3 5s, 15. Carry 1. Now put the decimal point. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13, 3, 13. Nothing else to carry over. It's 13.50. Number 2, 67.13 times 5. Give you time to do it now. Okay. Five times 3 is 15. Carry 1. 5 ones are 5, plus 1 is 6. When you get to the decimal point there, put it in. 5 sevens are 35. Carry 3. 6 fives are 30, plus 3, 33. 335.65. I'll give you time to do number 3 now. You done it? Okay. 9 twos are 18, so 8, carry 1. 6 twos are 12, plus 1 is 13. Carry 1, put in the decimal point as you cross over. 2 times 3 is 6. 6. And then you add the 1 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 8 is 8. 827.38. Okay. Next one is number 4, 230.233 times 4. Give you time to finish it now. Have you done it? Right. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry 1. 4 times 3 is again 12. Plus that 1, 13. Carry 1. 4 twos are 8. Plus 1 is 9. Then you get to the decimal point as you cross over. 4 zeros are 0. 4 threes, again it's 12. 2, carry 1. 4 twos are 8. Plus that 1, 9. 920.932. Okay, number 5. I'll give you time to do it now. Have you done it? Okay. 7 threes are 21. Carry the 2. 7 twos are 14. 15, 16. Put the decimal point. Just carry 1, right? 8 times 7. 7 eights are 56. Plus that 1, 57. 57.61. Right, on to the next one. Number 6. 52.20 multiplied by 6. I give you time to do it now. Have you done it? Okay. Let's continue. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 2 is 12. 2. Carry 1. Then we put in the decimal point here. As we cross over the decimal point up there. 2 times 6, 12. Plus 1 is 13. 3, carry 1. 5, 6 are 30. plus that 1 that's been carried over, 31. 313.20. And that's the last one. What's the answer, Abijah?
313.20.
All right. If you found the video useful, like and subscribe for notifications.